Previously, in the recap, Shinku was summoned to another world full of only beastmen after a year, but this time he brought his friend Rebecca from Japan. As well as his cousin Nanami from London to this world. Shinku was considered a hero of this world, and Two Kingdom Biscotti and Galette always engage in a war, but no one gets hurt. Because when they gets a fatal attack, the world energy saves them from harm and they turn into a stuffed toy, so, taking advantage of this opportunity, Nanami joined the Galette side to fight in this war as their official hero, but while they were having fun, the Kingdom of Pastillage also joined the war and made Rebecca their official hero. This war is like a fun getaway that three kingdoms fight every now and then, but then, after completing the war, Shinku, Namai, and Rebecca are separated to go to their own kingdom to train for the next upcoming war. Well, Nanami was blending in with her new friends perfectly, but when they heard about the bandits' problem in a restaurant, they discussed it with Leon. Nanami and other girls wanted to catch the bandits, but suddenly Leon wanted to join in on this hunt as well. But Vial stopped her because she is the queen of the nation and she can't take part in a small bandit hunt. Vial took the responsibility on herself as the commander of this mission and gets to the eastern side of their kingdom. There they investigated the bandits and gathered information that those bandits apparently steal the kimono of every girl they see at night. Then all the girls shared their information on the bandit and Namai planned to catch the bandit by luring him out wearing the nicest kimono. But there Isuka saw Nanami and complimented her on her kimono, so they mistook him for being a kimono bandit. He tries to explain, but they didn't listen to his words. So he ran out of there as he sensed the real bandit, but while following him, Nanami saw Isuka was right up ahead, but Isuka told her to bend down because someone was targeting her. So Isuka took out that bandit and the thief turns out to be a rabbit. He tells the girls there should be more around town and leaves to catch them. So the girls joined him to catch all those rabbit thieves, but then the boss rabbit showed up, but following alongside him. Even Leon and Milhai made a grand entrance and used their ultimate to defeat the boss rabbit. Then later, at an inn, Brioche introduced everyone to her brother Isuka. He was wandering blacksmith. So no one had heard about him, but after this, every misunderstanding was cleared up in the end. Then, after a few days, all the rulers met at Pastillage Kingdom to discuss the upcoming war event, and there, all three heroes met again, but after the meeting, Nanami and Rebecca went to take a bath together, leaving only Shinku and Kuvert behind, so she took Shinku to show the resting place of the King heroes. But this is also the place where the Demon King was sealed by Hero King, but Kuvert showed Shinku whenever she touched the pillar it shines, so Kuvert told Shinku to give it a try. And just as they both touched the pillar at the same time, the seal that held down the Demon King broke apart and he was released from his prison, and just as he was freed, he started to go rampant and blasts out Shinku and Kuvert. Then he gets down to the main job, that is to spy on the ladies. He's a man of culture and drops in on the ladies' bath. But there Nanami and Rebecca blasts him out of there and he drops down right in front of Leon and Millie, and before he could do anything, Kuvert and Shinku blasts him once more. But bro got back up, and with the snap of his fingers the weather started to change around. He started to absorb the strength of the others. But out of nowhere a girl appears from the sky and changed into a magical girl. Her name is Adelaide, and she's the king of heroes who defeated the Demon King Valerio. And this time she beats up him once again, and after that they wanted to return to that pillar where they were sealed out, but the system of that pillar got broken and needed some repairing. So now she couldn't return to her slumber and has no choice but to stay around for a while with Valerio. So after that, Valerio and Adelaide call out Brioche and Isuka to finish some kind of job and leaves with them on a dragon. They were old buddies of each other and they goes to the sealing cave. They came here to check up on a demon that been sealed here, but looking at it the seal was quite worn out, and just by a little touch the seal got broken and the demon was released from its seal. But the four gets trapped inside of that cave. That demon was actually a swarm of bothersome mice, but they were multiplying by the second and just by touching. Valerio and Adelaide turned into children, as did Brioche, so Isuka took them and ran away from there, but they wouldn't be safe for long. So they called out to all the heroes and their teams for help, and they all arrived to help out their friends instantly. They all caught all the mice. But then another bat showed up and started to gather into one large mouse, so Adelaide gave 2 crystal to Gaul and Shinku, and that crystal turned both the guys into their grown-up selves. They defeated the boss mouse because their power was also multiplied by the crystal, so all the girls returned to normal and the demon was once again sealed. And so on. Isuka and Valerio were keeping an eye on the bandit rabbits with the girls. Which reminded Adelaide that she heard that some people had seen a very different person with the rabbits who looked like a girl, then, in the town. That same bunny girl was stealing jewels from the market, but on the mainstream she saw Milhi, and she had a nice set of jewelry on her, so Rabbit Girl sets her sights on that. But Milhi was actually preparing herself for a concert, and Shinku and the others were assisting with the preparations. But then the Rabbit Girl appeared there and used her power to disarm the guards. She then controlled Rebecca and pushed her down on Milhi. She stole most of the jewels, but then she wanted to steal both of their hero rings as well, but that rings turned into a weapon and they fended off the Rabbit Girl. So word spread out quickly and everyone was looking for her, but the Rabbit Girl's power to manipulate movement was an advantage for her, but when Shinku and Eclair caught up to her, she used her power on them and they ended up kissing each other. So looking at it, Shinku turned to his older self to catch that thief, and in the end, along with Eclair, they caught her. She turns out to be a local deity, so they chose to release her into the wild once more, but it was time for Milhi's performance and all of them had traveled to great distance. So Shinku used his power to take all of them back to the concert hall, and finally, they were able to make in time to watch Milhi performance. But that brings our videos to an end for today, but stay tuned to my channel for more anime recaps, so subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Until then, take care.